Tackling Unconscious Biases, a Practical Guide for Organizational Success abstract. This article explores the profound impact of unconscious biases on workplace dynamics and organizational performance. It delves into the nuances of these implicit prejudices, provides strategies for uncovering and counteracting them, and highlights practical applications across various industries. The article emphasizes that understanding and addressing unconscious biases has become a critical skill for leaders and employees in today's diverse and complex business environment. By the end, readers will be equipped with a comprehensive understanding of this crucial topic and a toolbox of actionable insights to drive positive change within their own workplaces. Over the past 2 decades, I've had the opportunity to witness firsthand the profound impact that unconscious biases can have on workplace dynamics and organizational performance. In today's increasingly diverse and complex business environment, the ability to recognize and mitigate these implicit prejudices has become a critical skill for leaders and employees alike. Today, we will delve into the nuances of unconscious biases, explore strategies for uncovering and counteracting them, and highlight practical applications across various organizational settings. By the end, you'll be equipped with a comprehensive understanding of this crucial topic and a toolbox of actionable insights to drive positive change within your own workplace. Understanding unconscious biases. Unconscious biases, also known as implicit biases, are the subtle, automatic associations and preferences that shape our perceptions, judgments, and decision-making processes, often without our explicit awareness. Greenwald and Banerjee, 1995. These biases are shaped by our lived experiences, cultural influences, and cognitive shortcuts that we use to navigate the complexities of our environments. Banerjee and Greenwald, 2013. Some common examples of unconscious biases include, see Banerjee and Greenwald, 2013. Greenwald and Krieger, 2006. Gender bias, the tendency to associate certain traits, roles, or abilities with a particular gender. Racial bias, the propensity to make judgments or assumptions based on an individual's race or ethnicity. Age bias, the inclination to favor or discriminate against individuals based on their age. Affinity bias, the tendency to be more drawn to people who are similar to us in terms of background, interests, or experiences. These biases can manifest in various ways, from hiring and promotion decisions to daily interactions and team dynamics. Understanding the pervasive nature of unconscious biases is the first step in addressing their impact on organizational success. Uncovering unconscious biases. Identifying unconscious biases within an organization requires a multi-pronged approach, as these biases often operate below the surface of conscious awareness. Some effective strategies include fostering self-awareness. Encouraging self-reflection and introspection among employees can help uncover their own implicit biases. Tools like the Implicit Association Test, IAT, developed by Harvard University can provide valuable insights into an individual's unconscious associations and preferences. Greenwald et al., 1998. Conducting bias assessments. Organizational leaders can implement comprehensive bias assessments, such as anonymous surveys and focus groups, to gather data on the prevalence and manifestations of unconscious biases within the workplace. This information can then inform targeted interventions and training programs. Devine et al., 2012. Analyzing decision-making processes. Examining the decision-making processes within the organization, particularly in areas such as hiring, performance evaluations, and promotions, can reveal patterns of bias that may be influencing outcomes. Schulman and Cohen, 2005. Collecting diversity and inclusion metrics, tracking and analyzing demographic data. Employee satisfaction and representation at various levels of the organization can shed light on the impact of unconscious biases on the organization's overall diversity and inclusion efforts. Kalev et al., 2006. Counteracting unconscious biases. Once unconscious biases have been identified, the next step is to implement effective strategies to mitigate their impact. Some key approaches include implementing bias awareness training, providing comprehensive training programs that educate employees on the nature of unconscious biases, their potential consequences, and practical techniques for recognizing and overcoming them can be a powerful intervention. Devine et al. 2012. Fostering inclusive organizational cultures. Cultivating an organizational culture that values diversity, promotes empathy, and encourages open communication can help create an environment where unconscious biases are less likely to thrive. Ely and Thomas. 2001. Designing structured decision-making processes, implementing standardized, data-driven decision-making processes, particularly in areas such as hiring and performance evaluations, can help minimize the influence of unconscious biases. Chlman and Cohen. 2005. Leveraging technology and AI, incorporating AI-powered tools and algorithms that can detect and mitigate unconscious biases in various organizational processes, such as resume screening and performance reviews, can be a valuable asset. Lambrecht and Tucker. 2019. Promoting mentorship and sponsorship programs. Establishing mentorship and sponsorship programs, where senior leaders actively support and advocate for the career advancement of underrepresented groups, can help counteract the effects of unconscious biases. Thune. 2020. Practical applications and industry examples. The strategies for uncovering and counteracting unconscious biases can be applied across a wide range of organizational settings, from tech companies to healthcare institutions. Here are a few examples of how these approaches can be implemented in practice. Technology sector. In the fast-paced and innovative tech industry, where diversity and inclusion are often cited as key priorities, the impact of unconscious biases can be particularly pronounced. A leading software company, recognizing the need to address this issue, implemented a comprehensive bias awareness training program for all employees, including interactive workshops and online modules. The training focused on helping individuals recognize their own implicit biases and develop strategies for mitigating their influence in daily decision-making and team interactions. Additionally, the company's HR team conducted a thorough analysis of their hiring and promotion processes, identifying areas where unconscious biases were potentially skewing outcomes. They then redesigned these processes to incorporate structured evaluation criteria, standardized assessment tools, and diverse interview panels to ensure more equitable and inclusive decision-making. The collective efforts of the technology company resulted in a measurable increase in the representation of women and underrepresented minorities in both entry-level and leadership roles, as well as improved employee satisfaction and engagement scores across the organization. Healthcare sector. In the healthcare industry, where patient care and clinical outcomes are of the utmost importance, unconscious biases can have serious consequences. A prominent hospital system recognized the need to address these biases, particularly in the context of patient interactions and treatment decisions. The hospital implemented a series of unconscious bias training sessions for all medical staff, including physicians, nurses, and support personnel. These sessions focused on exploring the ways in which implicit biases related to race, gender, age, and socioeconomic status could potentially influence the quality of care and health outcomes for patients. Furthermore, the hospital established a dedicated diversity and inclusion task force, responsible for analyzing patient satisfaction data, clinical outcomes, and incident reports to identify patterns of potential bias. This information was then used to inform targeted interventions, such as the development of cultural competency training programs and the implementation of standardized patient assessment protocols. The hospital's multifaceted approach resulted in improved patient satisfaction scores, particularly among underserved communities, and a decrease in disparities in clinical outcomes across various patient demographics. Conclusion: unconscious biases are pervasive and, if left unchecked, can have far-reaching consequences for organizations and their employees. By adopting a systematic approach to uncovering and counteracting these implicit prejudices, leaders can foster more inclusive, equitable, and high-performing workplaces. Through a combination of self-awareness, organizational assessments, structured decision-making processes, and targeted interventions, organizations can create an environment where diversity is celebrated, and everyone has the opportunity to thrive. By leveraging the practical strategies and industry examples outlined in this research brief, you can take the first steps towards building a workplace that is truly inclusive and conducive to long-term success. Remember, the journey towards mitigating unconscious biases is an ongoing one, requiring sustained commitment, adaptability, and a willingness to learn and evolve. Embrace this challenge as an opportunity to unlock the full potential of your organization and position it for enduring success in an increasingly diverse and dynamic business landscape.